Welcome everyone to our Riverside City College School of Business and Law show. My name is Justin Hudson.
And I'm Wilcox. One of our goals is to bring you entrepreneurs, academic instructors, classified professionals, and leaders within our Riverside Community College District community. Today we are joined by Thea Quigley, Associate Dean, CTE, here at Riverside City College.
Thea, welcome.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Good. So tell us, where did you go to school? High school. Let's start with high school.
Okay, high school. So I'm from San Diego, and I went to San Diego High School, which is right downtown, kind of near Balboa Park, if you're familiar with that.
Wow. How far are you from Petco Park?
Oh, like 3 minutes?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a better reference.
Yep. Okay. And so what about college?
Then for college, I went to University of Southern California for both undergrad and grad.
Trojan. Why? Why SC?
Well, I think that I knew that I wanted to go to school away from home, away from San Diego.
Okay.
And I had relatives in the area as well. So, it was still familiar.
Okay.
And I felt like I just kind of vibed with the school, I guess. When I toured, it felt like a place that could be home.
It called your name.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Okay. So going back a little bit, tell us like a memorable experience you had in high school.
Let's see. I think one of my most memorable experiences is working in student government in high school.
Okay.
Because I think that was the first time where I was kind of asked to be a leader and was able to really work with a team. And I think I really discovered that I had a passion for community service and for serving a community. And that's what I realized I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And student government was the first opportunity that I had to really explore that.
Wow. That's awesome.
That is awesome. So USC, this doesn't mean peace, does it?
It does not. It means fight on.
Yeah, I like it. All right. Please share with our students your career background.
Sure. So after attending USC, I realized that I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I applied to probably 100 jobs and nothing was sort of working. And so I decided to join AmeriCorps.
You joined AmeriCorps?
Yes, I did. So we have an AmeriCorps program here now, which is very exciting. It's called College Corps. But the particular AmeriCorps program I joined is designed for individuals to work full-time at a nonprofit for a year. And I saw this really as a way for me to kind of see if this was for me, test the waters. And so I was placed at a nonprofit called Jumpstart for Young Children, so it trains college students in early education and community service and leadership. And then they go into preschool classrooms in underserved communities and provide additional support for the children and teachers and parents. And so I had it in my year of service and I realized that I liked it. I found my thing. I found what called to me. And so after my year of service, I was then hired full-time by the organization and just didn't leave for, I think, probably 6 years.
Wow.
And it was wonderful because nonprofits are always short on capacity, right? They always need more people. So it's a great place to start your career because you have the opportunity to do so many different things. And so I had the opportunity to work in grant writing and fundraising and project management and program management and just get different experiences that, perhaps in a more well-resourced organization or environment, I might not have otherwise got the opportunity to do. So I think in many ways, I just, again, lucked out and found an opportunity, again, to explore and learn about what I liked and what I did well. And just as importantly, what I didn't do well. And then from there, I moved to working at USC. And so if you work at many private universities or some public, you get free tuition. So I was then able to get my master's at the same time.
You're kidding me.
So fun fact. So yeah, it was wonderful. I got the opportunity again to work at the university that I felt like, did give me a lot. So I was able to give back. And I didn't mind the free tuition. So I got my MPA there, and then from there,
Share what that means.
oh, I'm sorry, Master in Public Administration. And then from there, moved to Riverside and joined Riverside Community College District in adult education, and then moved into this role
That's what I meant.
as the associate dean. Yes, and that is where I first met you a few years ago.
2 years ago. Let's go back to AmeriCorps. Just looking at our students there, is that something that you would recommend that they consider, explore?
Absolutely. No, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for students, especially if you can do it while you're in school as well, because you get a living stipend, so kind of similar to a wage. And then at the end, you also get a scholarship. So it allows you to, again, get that work experience that's, going to be really, really helpful for when you graduate. As I mentioned, I remember just applying to so many jobs after graduation, and it was so discouraging because they all want, all this experience, and it's very hard to get that. But AmeriCorps is a way that you can, get that experience while getting paid and get a scholarship. And do it in a way that you're giving back to your community. So it kind of is the best of all worlds. And it really worked for me.
That's beautiful. So if all of you are interested, or any of you are interested in joining our college corps, where would they go?
So they should go to the RCC website, and they can look for, I believe it's just called College Corps. And I think the application is now open.
Okay.
So it opens the last part of the spring semester to hire for, I believe, the following fall.
Okay. So maybe we can put that link in the description of this show. Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So you have a very extensive background. So why did you come to RCC? What was it about RCC that stood out to you?
Well, someone suggested that I apply. So I was working at the district office, and I really enjoyed it. It's a wonderful place to work. And I think Dr. Wilcoxon reached out and said, hey, we're having, we're going to have this opening. I would love for you to consider applying. And so I think that really speaks to, connecting with different people and, just kind of getting to know others who can really provide you with that, hey, heads up, I think you can thrive in this.
Yeah, but it makes it easy when the person that you're talking to is excellent.
No,
Oh,
that is kind.
It's more than kind. You want the best people to be around you, right?
right.
So that she was natural when that opening was available.
Wow.
And you got to know that, Thea. You're awesome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you definitely believing in me and considering me.
Oh, you're nice. That's sweet.
And then your role here at RCC, can you explain that to our students, what your role consists of?
Maybe. It's always entertaining when either my husband or I hear my parents try to explain what I do. I'm like, oh, that's not exactly right, but how to actually describe it.
That's right. Put some respect on her name now. That's right. Come on.
So it's because it is a very multifaceted role. So as associate dean, I think, at the end of the day, it's about providing support and leadership to our division. And that looks different every single day, which is part of what really excites me about the role. I think to simplify it, it's really about solving problems. So, what problems are we encountering both at the kind of higher level and, what problems can we solve in order to really better serve students and help them succeed here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, more at the lower level or the more detailed level of solving problems of, a student doesn't know how to get to admissions and records. Let's, walk that student there so that way they know, next time. But then also, what can we do to make sure that information is more readily accessible to students so that the next student doesn't have to come in? So, I think really it's about every day seeing, okay, what problems do we have? What problems do we need to prioritize solving, and how can I, in my position and with the knowledge or skills that I have, add value?
That's good.
Yes.
All right, so
It's complicated.
we're curious. What or who inspires you or inspired you?
Oh, let's see. Well, I think now I have to say my daughter. She's 13. She's 13 months. And it's quite the experience to have. She's my first, maybe my only. She is a handful in the best way. And so it's wonderful to be able to come home after a long day. And, my previous life 13 months ago, I, just would have relaxed on the couch. But now I have the opportunity to interact with her and watch her discover the world.
Damn.
And I think it's very motivating because, I think I was drawn to higher education because I do believe that it is a way to create a better world and a better future. And to be able to do that for your own child is very exciting and motivating and inspiring.
That's beautiful. Okay, now you said it. You're a very, very busy person. You're a 13-year-old. Your role here that you... 13 months. Thank you. 13. No, I'm not trying to rush things.
She's growing too fast.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to rush things. Oh, that was serious. So how do you maintain your mental health with such a busy schedule?
I think I do try to just slow down and take moments where I can. And I think that's one of the things that I've learned from having a young child is, she's only going to be a baby once. And she's only going to, discover things once. Yeah. And I think it's so easy to just want to take out my phone and answer that quick email or someone has a text and not be in the moment and be fully present. And I think having, watching a small human go through life so quickly and grow so quickly, it makes you so much more cognizant of time. And I think that it has been a lesson for me in making sure that I am, to whatever degree possible, just in the moment. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But, like everything, it's a process.
Life is a process.
How do you get yourself in the moment?
For me, I find just deep breathing, a few deep breaths is really helpful. Turning your phone on silent is also helpful.
That's right. I like that.
Yeah, sometimes putting it behind the couch pillow is helpful, but then you forget where it is, and it's the whole thing. But just, putting away that technology.
That's right.
And just, taking a few breaths and then, just remembering what's in front of you that is amazing and that is good is very helpful just to be grounded.
It's good. What about books you've read? What's a book that you would really recommend our students to read?
Let's see. Well, so I've been trying to get more into audiobooks. Talking about being busy. I've never been good at setting aside time to just sit down and read. That's always been a struggle. So my newest solution to this problem is audiobooks.
Wonderful.
So I'm working on it.
No, that's good.
And the last book that I read or just listened to was Brene Brown's Dare to Lead.
Oh yeah.
Which she is a researcher that focuses on vulnerability. And I was a little bit worried that it was going to kind of be trendy. And those books you're like, okay. But it was actually really interesting. And so it focused on vulnerability in leaders as an asset as opposed to a weakness.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that ties into a lot of kind of the social or the emotional intelligence work that you do as well. But it's a different, I think it was a different, shift in way of looking at it. And I think in these incredibly complex times, I think that it's really a necessary shift.
That's great. And Brene Brown's an educator.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. Thank you.
Now, if you could pick one song that would best describe your life, what song would that be and why?
I think that's a really hard question. but I would have to say, if you're happy and you know it.
Clap your hands.
That's right. So my daughter is obsessed with this song. And I had never thought, given 2 seconds to think about this song prior to it.
Do you know who wrote that song? Who made that song? Does anyone?
Do you know?
Sorry to cut you off.
Tony, do you know?
I do not know. Okay.
I have no idea.
How does it go again?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Then there's a shout, hooray.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she loves this song. And it was kind of one of the first, I guess, things where she was just really emphatic. Like, she will stop and clap her hands no matter what is happening, or shout, hooray. And it was kind of a wonderful first way to kind of interact with her as a baby. And so, again, I never really thought about this song because, no, it's just a kid's song, right? But, I mean, how many of us are happy and actually know it?
Wow. That's heavy right there. That's a bar.
So,
did y'all hear that?
That's a bar.
That is really powerful. How many of you really know that you're happy?
Mm.
And what does it take to get there? How many of you really know that you're happy? I have to ponder on that.
I know. Well, and it says something, I think, that as adults we don't know. And a 13-month-old, she definitely knows.
You definitely know.
And there's vulnerability there because she's going to tell you.
She's going to tell you when she's not.
Wow.
Okay, that's the challenge, students. When you see any of us on campus, we're going to ask you, how do you know that you're happy? And I'd like you to be able to answer that for us. And then we'll give you our answer as well.
That's cool.
Okay?
Beautiful. Okay. What is one word that would best describe you? Why?
I think hopeful.
Good. Same word.
Yeah. I think that, working in education and those who are experiencing education, I think the reason that, we're all here, faculty, administrators, student, staff, we're all here because we are hopeful that it can create a better world. And I think that's a really wonderful thing to be able to get up and do every day and work towards every day.
It's beautiful.
It is. So what thought or idea would you like to share with our Riverside City College students?
I do hope that students remember that this is a college that truly cares and that there are absolutely resources available to support students. I know, it's been a bit of a difficult week for many, and if students do ever need help, there are so many individuals here who care, as well as support services that you can reach out to and help. And I hope that if you ever don't know how to access, you would feel comfortable, certainly any of us, but so many others are happy and are here to provide you with access to those resources. So please just reach out if you ever need anything or have any questions at all. We're here to help.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Nice way to end this too.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being with us today. It's really fun.
Yeah. It's good to get to connect with you too, because I always see you in the office.
Yes.
But it's
it's hi again as we're running past each
right.
other.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you all for being here, and we look forward to seeing you next week.